Hi guys, we are back with an episode of Wednesday Walk and Talk where I am actually walking and talking. How exciting is that? And this is little Miss Opal I have with me. She is not feeling super hot. We think she's teething pretty hard. So a nice little walk out in some cold, crisp mountain air is gonna do her some good. So she's actually the happiest she's been all day so far. So cross your fingers, guys. So in this episode, I want to talk about working towards what you really want versus working towards what you don't want. And that's it's a big delineation there. It's a big difference. And so many people, especially those with chronic pain, are working towards something that they don't want. So for instance, when somebody asks you, or if you ask yourself that question, or the question of when you finish this program, or what is one of your goals for the next year to 6 months to 2 years, whatever, what is your answer? Is your answer something along the lines of, well, I don't want to be in pain anymore? Or is it something along the lines of, I want to be able to live a life like this, fill in the blank. So the difference there is when you frame a goal as something that you don't want, what can happen is that you focus on the thing that you don't want. Now, there are a couple of different ways to look at this. When you focus on the thing that you don't want, you actually pay attention to that don't want thing way more. You can look at this in a biological sense. So it's actually shown that you have a cluster of neuronal cells, so brain cells that sit above your cerebellum. So kind of like right back here if you were a baby. And these cells are called your reticular activating system. So this system basically activates based on something that you want to focus on. So the best example is if you are, and this is a really common one, is if you are shopping for a car and you're trying to focus on a specific type of car, then suddenly on the roads, maybe you start seeing this very specific type of car all the time, right? Maybe you've never really even noticed that specific type of car before, but now it's everywhere you look. So that is your reticulating activating system, or RAS for short, in action. So when you are focusing on something, whether it's something that you want or don't want, you are using and activating that group of cells. So when you are focusing and your primary goal is to be not in pain, guess what you focus on more? And guess what you notice more on a day-to-day basis? Your pain. So that kind of doesn't help things, does it? So another way to look at this is if you guys have ever heard of The Secret, and this is for maybe some of those who are a little bit more spiritual or want to look at this in a more, you ask and the universe gives it type of situation. Basically, and I'm a big believer in this actually, the world and the universe are conspiring to help you. And when you are focusing on something, the universe will give it to you. But the universe doesn't really know if you want something or if you don't want something. It really just knows that this is the thing that you're focusing on. So again, if you are focusing on not wanting pain, pain is the thing that your universe focuses on. And that's what it presents to you more and more. So you can look at this in a way of a biological sense, like is it your RAS activating, or is it the universe conspiring to help you, right? What you focus on is what you get. So what's the alternative here? Of course you don't want to be in pain. So what else are you supposed to focus on? Well, another option, another thing you can focus on here is what you want. So let's say you don't want to be in pain. What are you going to do with that day? What are you going to do with that state? If you're not in pain, what are you going to do with your life? What's your ideal life or your perfect average day for those of you who have heard me talk about this before? So focus on specific elements that make up a perfect average day for you, whether that is waking up and being able to go for a 3-mile run, or after dinner being able to participate in the walk around the neighborhood with your family. What is the thing that would mean so much to you that is what you're going to work towards? And that is what you focus on versus focusing on the thing that you don't want. So try this out, and it's a little bit of a mindset shift, definitely 100%. And the first few times you think about this, and when you write out goals, it's going to be really hard for you to think of the things that you want versus the things that you don't want. But the first step is just being able to pay attention. And Opal obviously has been agreeing with me this whole time because she's been very chatty. And of course, when the camera's on her, she's not chatty at all. But give this exercise a shot. I'd love to hear what your focus has shifted to from what you don't want to what you actually want. I'm really excited to hear from you. All right. Have a fantastic week and Wednesday, everyone. And we will see you next week. Bye.